Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. This is Coach Michele coming to you live from Atlanta. Hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend, still enjoying your weekend. And just wanted to share a little bit of information with you. Things are changing in the world. Things are changing in entrepreneurship. Things are changing in our industry. Home care, in home care. So I will give you guys a couple of seconds to chime in. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, who was that? Hey, Tamika, Zandra, Enola. Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 Kedra. What's that? Kaisha. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, what's that? Ventricia? That's beautiful. Hello, hello, hello. Asia, what's up? Hello, hello, hey. Shawana. Hey, Justine. Yes, hair, yes. I don't know how to manage this. I was going to say this mess, but it's not really a mess today. So guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you had a great weekend. Hey, Diane. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, Candice. What's up, Claudia? What's up, what's up, what's up? All right, guys. So all of us, are you guys, everyone here in home care? What's up, Chanel? Hello, hello, hello. All right, so we're all in home care, home health. Really, it doesn't even matter what industry you're in at this particular moment, right? So I hear quite a few people talking about, closing their agency. Thank God, not my VIPs or not any of you that, I have relationships with. But I have received quite a few Facebook messages stating that, they can't get caregivers, they're closing their business. So a lot of people are closing their business, guys. I hear that from the Medicaid case managers when they're trying to, find people. We're actually in the process of extending and expanding our reach as far as Medicaid because so many people are closing their agencies. Hello, everyone. And so I just wanted to share with you guys before some of you close your agency, this too shall pass. Hey, Charlene, hello, everyone. This too shall pass. So, however, with that philosophy of this too shall pass, you have to pivot. It's as simple as that, guys. This is the new norm. When I say the new norm, meaning if we are going to stay in business, I don't care what business it is, what industry, things have changed because of COVID. And caregivers, and like I said, it's not just caregivers, it's all industries. The Starbucks by me close at 4:00 because they don't have employees. And I can go on and on and on and on, different industries that I patronize where they may not be open. The restaurants, some of the restaurants are, not opening their dining room, even though things have, Camille? Is that my girl, Camille? Camille, I love you. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. What's up, Carolyn? Hey, Ebony. What's up, my girl, Ebony? Hello, everyone. Camille, I have not seen you in forever. Y'all still selling that jewelry. I love the jewelry. So see, Camille, you got me off track. You know I get off track. So what's up, everyone? So this is the thing. It doesn't matter what industry, the majority of all industries, hey, Brenda, have to figure this out, right? Have to figure this out. So this is the new norm. If you're paying $10, I would even say $11. If you're paying less than $12, $13, guys, I'm telling you, you're going to have to increase your, and this is just based on my experience, based on my Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Charlene. Charlene said I was in the process talking about you have to pivot, right? So you're going to, if you want to stay afloat, and first of all, guys, we can't quit and give in just because things change. Things are always going to be things are always going to be changing. It's just a way of life. We're changing every single day. We are evolving every single day. So things are going to change. The same concept, mindset has to be taken into life, taken into business. Things are going to change. We have no control over many things that happen in our life, many things that happen in our business, but it's about how we respond, how we respond to the situation, to the change, or whatever it may be, guys. So yes, because of COVID, a lot has changed. Yes, the government has given out additional, monies, I think $300 a week. So yes, the majority of business owners are saying they cannot find caregivers. They cannot find, retail employees. They cannot find truck drivers. They cannot find, cooks, right? So again, and I've said this probably 3-4 times, it's not just home care, it's the industry. If you have multiple businesses, you have friends, family, it's just the way it is right now. So a lot of us, I know in Georgia, I think it's, June 26th, I believe, the $300 a week ends for unemployment, June 26th in Georgia. I don't know what it is in your state. You can find out. I think for everyone, someone told me, hey, Monica, someone told me that, I think the end of September for everyone, but some states are opting out faster. So in Georgia, it's June 26th, I believe is the exact date, that unemployment, that additional $300 is going to end. So what does that mean, guys? I want us to think about it from both ways. And I think I may have shared this with my VIPs, but think about it from the caregiver's perspective, right? So a lot of us are saying, hey, caregivers don't want to work. They don't want to do this. Staff in general do not want to work. But we have to make sure, guys, if we're going to survive this new norm, this is the new norm. Caregivers are not going to come back to work for no $8.50, no $9.50, no $10 an hour, because more dollars is coming from the IRS. What you talking about, Ebony? For who? Talk to me, Ebony. So you may be abreast of something that I haven't heard yet. So let me know if it's more money and what type of money, because I haven't heard about that. So what you're saying, if there's more money coming, I don't necessarily think it's going to affect what I'm saying, but let me know in case I need to, let's see. Okay, so let me know. So this is the thing, guys, is that you are going to have to make change. So this is what I recommend. You need to look at your price. What are your rate? What are you charging for your service? Because a lot of people, especially new people, think they need to charge less than established agencies or, the going rate in the area, thinking that if I charge less, I will get more business. Guys, that's not true. That's not true. A lot of you are putting, she's referring to the child tax credit. Okay, so I'm familiar with the child tax credit. So I think that's when they're going to get, they can get an advance on their tax return, but that's only for 6 months. So that's for 6 months, and they're saying that the person has to, work. So I don't know. What I do know is that as business owners, we need to reevaluate. Well, let me see. Reevaluate. Maybe that's not the right word. I think we should evaluate. I think we should know our numbers. I talked about numbers. Hey, John, love you. I talk about numbers all the time. We have to know our numbers. So if you are charging a client $17 an hour, $18 an hour, because you're like, hey, I want to be lower than the industry average, And of course that varies depending on, and again, it's the average. So right now the industry average is $23. So again, that's taking into consideration the nation. So if you're up north, you're going to probably be charging more, right? So if you're on the West Coast, you're going to be charging more. If you're down south, you may be charging a little less. However, the industry average is $23 an hour. So what I would want each of you to do is look at your numbers and really identify where you should be. So the first thing is you got to know what your market could bear. So if everybody is in your area, all the agencies are charging between 20 and 22, and then you go and charge 26, 27, 30, depending on your clientele, you may have put yourself in a position where you have priced yourself out of being competitive, right? So you got to know what your market could bear, for one. Two, you need to look at it and know what you're charging your client, what you're paying your caregiver, and then what does that look like? What is your net gross? What is your overhead? You know, what are you paying yourself? Are you paying yourself as an employee? You know, gross before you get to a point where you just say, this is what some people do, guys. They just get to a point where they say, okay, I'm going to charge $18 an hour. I'm going to charge $17 an hour. And they don't even know what their net is. They don't know what their gross is. They don't know what their overhead is. They don't know any of that. They're just saying, okay, I'm going to charge $18 an hour. I'm going to pay the caregiver 10 and I'm making 8. So no, you're not making 8. Right? So you still got to take into consideration all of your overhead and, you know, including your employer taxes, all of those things you have to take into consideration. Side note, for those of you that are my VIP clients, inside of the portal, in the success cabinet, there's an Excel spreadsheet with all of the formulas in there. You can type in what you're charging, play around with those numbers. You can put in your, you know, employer taxes, blah, 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 and then it'll give you what your gross profit is. So then that'll help you come up with your numbers. Okay. But again, it's really important. It's also important, guys, to know what your client acquisition cost is. A lot of times business owners don't know what that acquisition cost is, and they don't even take into consideration that when they're coming up with their price. So that's another reason why people are folding and closing their business. Again, different industries, because they may not be able to add $1, add $2, add employee incentives, add employee benefits, or, you know, some people are doing sign-on bonuses, different things like that they can't do because the margin is so slim. They would literally be working for free, working to take care of somebody else's loved one. So you got to make sure you, one, know your numbers, know what your market could bear. Two, you need to pay a fair wage to the caregiver. Guys, if we don't have great caregivers and consistency, we don't have a great business. We can't even grow our business if we keep it real, right? We cannot grow our business because the caregivers are the meat of the business. A lot of us don't have difficulty getting clients, but we have a challenge getting caregivers. So from this whole COVID thing, and people are like, oh, people are getting vaccinated. People, you know, things are getting back to normal, this and that. Guys, that part of it is not going to change. There's no way caregivers could be in a position of getting paid, you know, $15, $16, $17 an hour private pay, and then say, okay, I'm not going to do private pay no more. I'm going to come back and work for an agency. There's no way the caregivers are going to get that extra $300 and come back and work for $8, $9, $10 an hour. It's just not going to happen unless you're in a rural area and it may be possible. If you're in a metropolitan area, if you're up north, it's not going to happen. So you got to make sure that you're fair. And guess what? It's okay to increase the rate for your clients. It's okay. So if you're charging your client $18, $19 an hour, 20, you need to go up to 21, you need to go up to 22, you need to go up to 23. Or if you're in those other, you know, regions that I mentioned and you need to go up to 35 or whatever it looks like, It's okay, guys. Think about it. There's a such thing as inflation. There's a such thing as keeping up with the time, right? Because so much has changed. We have to be in a position where we can survive this. We have to be in a position where we can ride this through. Because guys, think about it. Right now, everybody is thinking about the caregiver as of yesterday. There's always going to be new caregivers. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't quit your business because of a caregiver you spoke to last week or a caregiver you spoke to 2 weeks ago that says, I'm not working for less than 12. I'm not working for, less than $15 an hour. There's caregivers in school right now that will accept a job less than because they have no experience, because they're eager to do this. There are people that are caregivers that want to work that may not be certified nurse aides, that may not be home health aides, that you can put through a program, or you can bring them in if your state is not regulated. So there's always going to be people available, guys. It's just a matter of you tweaking your business to adapt to the new norm. This is not a time for you to close. And for those of you that do survive this, for those of you that do survive this, for those of you that don't give up, guess what? There's going to be more business that's coming in because so many agencies are closing. So many agencies are closing. So you want to make sure that you survive, but you just got to tweak some stuff. Do some research, tweak some things, and make sure that you hang in there. And make sure you're charging a fair wage. Wait a minute. Let's see. I see a lot of comments, a lot of hearts, a lot of stars, a lot of, not stars, a lot of hearts, a lot of thumbs up. We pay $15 an hour and still have plenty of open shifts. Tasha, where are you? What state are you in? But yeah, we all have open shifts right now, or most of us have open shifts. And guess what? We have open shifts because most of the caregivers, if they're getting unemployment, guess what? They're getting that additional $300. So for them, you got to think about it on the other end. For those of us that come from, low income jobs, or maybe a household where there's small children and daycare hasn't reopened, or they're and they have to find a new daycare. They may not have the funds, or there's so many scenarios. So we have to think about the caregivers. We can't just think that the caregivers are lazy or they're milking the system. Everybody has a different situation. So yes, there's some of those that fall into that category that's just taking advantage of the system. There's some that are not. There's some that really want to work, but may not be able to take their kid to daycare, or may not trust, or feel comfortable taking their kid to daycare. So there's so many different scenarios. That's why I said we have to look at it from both ends. We have to look at it from bosses' perspectives and say, okay, what can I do to make this better? I have to survive this. This is the way I pay my bills. This is the way I live. This is the way I take care of my family. This is the way, I do whatever. This is the way I'm giving back. This is the way I'm living my dream. I'm working within my gift. Whatever your reason is, you got to fight and push through. But so many people are just giving up. Entrepreneurship is not easy. If anyone said entrepreneurship is easy, they lied. They lied. If it was easy, everybody would be an entrepreneur. It is not easy, and I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not stressful. It's not, overwhelming at times. That's not the truth. A lot of times, people just show the glorious side of it. Oh, I'm a boss. Oh, I'm traveling. Oh, I'm, doing this. I'm doing all these things that, inspire people and motivate people. And, have people, looking at us as, oh, wow, I wish I could be like that. But guess what? It is a challenge. There's some difficulty in it. It's overwhelming at times. But at the end of the day, it's really all worth it if you do it right. So we just have to figure out, what does doing it right look like? You know what I'm saying? What does that look like? Maybe I need to hire somebody. That's a whole nother subject. I can go in at another time. But a lot of times we're in positions because we need to hire someone. We're still trying to do everything ourselves. We're still trying to do everything ourselves. But guess what? Sometimes when you hire someone, you actually put yourself in a position where you can grow your business and make more money. So you just have to sacrifice. Just like when we start our businesses, we sacrifice. We may not go out as much. We may have to take money out of our 401k. We may have to, put some money on a card. We may have to borrow some money. We may have to take out a loan. Whatever it is, it's a sacrifice for financially and for your time. Right? So we gotta sacrifice. So just like at this point, we gotta sacrifice. We gotta think about what is it that we need to do differently. Maybe I need to hire someone to market my business. Maybe I need to invest in different type of marketing. Maybe I need to build more relationships. Maybe, just maybe I need to take ownership and boss up and figure this out versus taking the easy way out and quitting. Guys, once we get through this, something else is going to come up. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be something. People quit because they say it's saturated. How in the world can home care be saturated when there's more elderly folk than ever at this point? People have changed and want to stay at home longer. People have made a decision where they don't want to go into skilled nursing after, having surgery and being discharged from a facility. There's so many reasons why people want home care right now. There's so many reasons. So we just have to keep that mindset. Like I said the other day on a call for my HCP tribe, is that we got to think about the glass as half full. A lot of us are looking at the glass as half empty. We got to look at it as half full and figure out, okay, what am I going to do to survive this? What am I going to do? Hold on, guys. My DoorDash delivery is here. Let me get my food. So we have to make sure. So let me go through some of these because there's a lot of comments. Let me go back in case we need to talk about something, in case somebody enlighten me on something that I don't know or have some feedback. Let's see. How far do I need to go back? Okay, so we have a lot of comments here. So let's see. Okay, so let's go here. Hey everyone. Hey. Due to the shortage, we increased our bill rate from 28 to 32, paying 15. Exactly. So Kat, yes. What's up, VIP? Home carepreneur? Yes. So absolutely. Kat is right on target. You have to increase your rate. People will pay, guys. Trust and believe, people will pay. People will pay. So some people may not be able to afford it. And guess what? At that time, that person is not your client, unfortunately. Right? So it's a matter of, and then you can explain it to clients also. If they say, well, why you charge 32 and the other agency charged 28? And you can tell them, because we want consistency and we want to keep our caregivers and we pay our caregivers, a fair wage. We could say, if you don't want to say that and get into, oh, well, what do you pay your caregiver? Because that's a whole nother thing. So you may not even want to say that unless you have the words to go with it. But you could say, well, yes, there are some agencies that charge less than we do. However, what I have found is that we're able to keep really great caregivers and consistency for the continuity of care for our clients. So there's words you can use to help with that. And then just like Kat said, if it's less than 4 hours, then you should be charging a higher rate. I talked about that last year before. But absolutely, you should be charging a higher rate if because you want to be able to pay that caregiver more. So great job, Kat. Let's see. Hey. I'm currently paying 14. Yep, 14 is good. Depending on where you are, it may be great. I'm in Illinois. The rate is 25. Okay, Tracy. So you're charging 25, and then, what are you paying your caregiver? Just know that, know your numbers, like I mentioned. Let's see. Do you pay different for PCAs and CNAs? Yes, we do. Well, it depends. So right now we pay the same all across the board because our PCAs have experience, because they went through a training program. However, we would pay the PCA maybe $1.50 less. And then in 60 days, if that person hasn't been late, so basically based on performance, then we would raise that person up. But the PCA in Georgia does the same thing, that is able to do the same thing that a CNA can do. So yes, we do. Now, if you're in, if you have companions and then PCA/CNAs, you can pay a companion less because that person's not doing hands-on care, like assisting with activities of daily living. But it really just depends. Yes, that area of Maryland can. Okay, Ebony. Thank you for addressing this topic. You're welcome. Let's see. It's been really tough. Kat says it's been tough. Yeah, it's tough for everyone. Guys, I'm not going to tell you that it hasn't been a challenge for us. We literally have clients. We always had a motto, like we could start service the same day. Oh, call us from the hospital. You're going home today. You didn't know you were going home. Oh yeah, we can have a caregiver there today. Guess what, guys? If I tell you that that's true right now, then I would be lying to you. It is not true right now. In some cases we can, depending on, where the client is. If the client's in Fulton County, Clayton County, yeah, we can start today. But if the client is in any of those other counties, I think we serve 22, we're licensed for 22 or 24 counties. Heck no, we can't say that. So it's been a challenge, and we've implemented so many new things. I shared some of them, with some of you on the VIP call last week. But we're constantly, I'm a boss just like you're a boss. So yes, I'm a coach. Yes, I help you guys. Yes, I guide my clients and do all those things. But guess what? I'm in the trenches with you. So I am pivoting. I am marketing. I am tweaking things. I am investing. I am reinvesting. I am creating new wheels. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to stay in business, and I need to continue to grow my business. So I have a lot of different things that I've tried. And then, some of them I share with my VIP clients. Some of them I share, with my peoples and HCP. So it just depends. We got to keep going. You can't quit. Getting clients is easy, as you say. Getting staff, exactly. That's more of a challenge. But guys, I believe, hey Missy, I believe that, Kat, I can imagine, are you getting kickback? Okay, so that's to Kat. I do believe, however, guys, that it's all about a mindset also. And if you have systems in place and you have one mindset, oh, I can't get no caregivers. No caregivers don't want to work. The caregivers don't want to do this. Caregivers don't want to do this. Caregivers, what are you doing? You have to take ownership. We can always find a creative way to make things happen if we're truly working within our gifts and our passion. I just believe that, guys, because I've made a lot of changes. I've come up with creative things by the grace of God, because I sit down in my quiet space and I literally put myself in a caregiver's position and say, what would a caregiver want? I talk to caregivers and say, why are you still with us? Now, that's something you guys need to think about Ask your caregivers, the caregivers that you have, that your ride or die and that's been with you. Just do a little poll. Ask your caregivers, say, what has changed for you during COVID, or what has kept you motivated, or what has kept you working, whatever questions you want to come up with. And then they're telling you. That's one of the things that a lot of people don't do as entrepreneurs. Talk to their clients and talk to their employees. They are with you. What is it that the client likes about your agency? Then make sure you're promoting that to get more clients. Why are the caregivers staying with your agency? Promote those things to attract more people, like-minded people, right? So if a caregiver and multiple caregivers are saying the same thing, then that's what you should be promoting. If multiple clients are saying the same thing, that's what you should be leading with. So we get the stuff, but we just got to know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be creative. Okay, so Missy said $15 to $18 for CNAs, and then charge clients $35. So off the top of the head, that sounds high, $35, depending on where you are. So if you're paying a caregiver $15, that means you're profiting. We're just going to say profiting. We know it's not a true profit, right? So as far as take home or whatever, and we could get into net and gross and all that. I don't got time for that right now. Y'all know, we talk about that another time. If you don't know the difference between a net, and your revenue, your income, your profit, and net and gross, that's a whole nother story, right? So if you don't know those things and the difference between all of those, then you can Google it, or you can talk about it, or figure it out, or if you're a coaching client, we can talk about it on a call. So, but if you're paying somebody $15 and you're profiting $20, that's big, that's high. To me, that's too much. If your market could bear $35, then I would say pay the caregivers more. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, Missy, I would reevaluate that. But again, it's your business. And if you feel comfortable with it, you can. I just want to be fair in everything. And when I say fair, because I want to make sure I'm not charging my clients too much where they start looking around. Because I want to be with the client forever until they no longer need us. I don't want them to have in their mind that, or thoughts that, okay, this is really expensive. I need to find, another agency. I don't want to lose someone if I have a $20 difference. I just think that's really, really high. But tell me, you could tell me what you think, and y'all could tell me what y'all think as well. Let's see. Camille said that's right. Okay. Great. You're welcome. Let's see. Did I miss anything else? I take Medicaid, Passport, Ohio Department, so I get referrals. Yes. So a lot of us are Medicaid providers. And, well, let me just say this, guys. There's a whole lot of things that I've read about and have became aware of. So if you're not a Medicaid provider, before I would not promote Medicaid. If you're not a Medicaid provider, if you're not working with third-party payers and all this stuff, I suggest that you become a Medicaid provider, unless you're in a state that needs to increase their reimbursement rate, like Texas, like Louisiana, paying like $11 an hour. Absolutely not. I think that's crazy, first of all, that Texas and Louisiana would be paying a provider $11 an hour, $11 and change, knowing they have to pay a caregiver. There's no way a caregiver is going to work for no $7.50, $8, and then you got to pay employer taxes on top of that, and then you walk away with 50 cents. No. But other than that, guys, I do recommend that you become a Medicaid provider or a VA provider, long-term, whatever it is. Private pay is still, in 2021, the number one source for us as far as revenue coming into our business. However, I would say if you have not diversified your streams of income, I highly recommend that you do so immediately. I have. So I've expanded my reach for Medicaid, and I have applied for additional Medicaid programs, and I've been accepted. We just started a new Medicaid program a couple of days ago. So I do recommend get that government money. Get that government money. Let's see. Ebony. Most don't want to make a certain amount, so they lose benefits. Exactly. That's another point. Y'all know I talked about that many times. And Ebony is absolutely right with that. So a lot of times, and you need to know your caregivers. That's why I said talk to your caregivers. And because sometimes, caregivers don't want. Right now, they may be getting that extra $300 and they're like, oh, this is great. But guess what? As soon as that $300 is up, and this is for multiple industries, as soon as that $300 is up, guess what? They want to come back to work, and they may not want the $15 an hour. They may not want the $14 an hour. They may not want that $18 an hour you mentioned, Missy, because guess what? Then they may not qualify for Section 8. They may not qualify for Medicaid. They may not qualify for food stamps, all those things. When I was a young person in the South Bronx, I used to get Section 8. I used to get food stamps, and trust and believe, it's a number. It's a number. It could be, just for easy numbers. Say you're eligible for Section 8 if you make less than $99. Guys, these are just rough numbers. This is just for example, right? And then your boss give you a raise, and now you make $99.50. So now you lose this $800 a month rent stipend that you were getting. You lose your Medicaid. You lose all of these benefits. You're no longer getting your food subsidy, food stamps and, whatever it's called, I don't know what it's called, but food subsidy. Now you lose that because you got a 50-cent raise, or you're making 50 cents more at the end of the week, or say you're making $20 more at the end of the week, or say, hey, I gave her $1 raise, and now she get an extra $40 after tax, 27, and now she lost all those benefits. So you gotta know your caregiver, you gotta know your client, you gotta know your market, you gotta know your client acquisition costs. You gotta know all these things. Thank you for sharing. So, yep, exactly. Yep. You also have to refine your scheduling. Stop taking two. Yes, who said that? Clinton. Yeah, that's true, Clinton, because guys, when you unless, like Kat said, you're charging more per hour, but if you're taking those two, I could tell you this, there's always a pro and con to anything, Clinton, because when you're taking those 2 to 3 hour shifts, they can be very difficult to staff. But guess what? A lot of times people just try out the service and then they move to full-time care, even 24/7 care. So you really gotta figure it out and have those conversations with the client, find out exactly what their thoughts are, what they're thinking, before you just say, no, I'm not going to do the 2 hours. No, I'm not going to do 3. No, I have to have a 4-hour minimum, because I have many scenarios when someone, matter of fact, some people in I think they're here, Monica, and yeah, it was Monica, I think, maybe Ebony, some members of our HCP tribe recently posted that they had clients with a little bit of hours that increased to 24/7, which is 168 hours. You do the math, 168 times $20 and $25, $30. You're looking at, $4,000 minimum, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a week. And then let me just do a side note, guys. This is for somebody. You can tell me if this is for you. Say #me if this is for you. Some of us also need to think about our thinking. Some of us need to think about our thinking, that people are not going to pay because we may not be able to pay, because you may not be able to pay. So you're thinking, I'm just going to close my business because there's no way I'm going to pay a caregiver X amount of dollars, because no way a client is going to pay this. There's no way a client is going to pay this, because you're shopping from your pocket. You may not at this point be in a position where you can where you can, say if your mom needed care, you may not be in a position to pay $20 an hour, $22 an hour, $35 an hour. But guess what? There are a lot of people that are in that position to pay for their care. You got to think about it, guys. Seniors, not all, right? So some seniors, get some type of subsidy of Medicaid or whatever, and then Medicaid may pay for service. Some people may, have VA, and VA would pay for service. Some people may have invested in long-term insurance, and long-term insurance would pay for the service. Guess what? Some people were entrepreneurs and they have money and they can pay for it. Some people have 401ks and they can pay for it. Some people, I'm already on, I think 6. Some people may have lost a spouse and got a life insurance policy where, the beneficiary. Some people may have worked a long time and I think, so what's that, 7 or 8? Some people may have worked a long time and have a pension. Guess what? Some people may have rich kids, wealthy kids that can pay for it. Okay, what am I on, 8 or 9? Some people, I can keep going, guys. So for those of you that are thinking about your business from your pocket, from your limited scarcity mindset, I'm keeping it real, you need to get out of that. There's some places you could go and eat and get a steak for $10. Waffle House, I think, right? $10 or less at Waffle House. IHOP, whatever, right? Longhorn, $35, for a steak. You could go to Ruth Chris. You could go, so many places, so many different restaurants. I know somebody that paid I don't know the person. I know of someone that posted on Instagram, they paid $1,000 for a steak. So I say that to say there's people in every single category. There's people that pay $10 for a wig. There's people that pay $20 for a wig. I paid $900 for a wig. What was $900? I paid $800 for a wig because I don't want it to tangle. I don't want it to shed. So we got to stop. And then some people be like, oh yeah, I pay $800 for a wig all the time. Some people would say, girl, bye, there's no way I'm going to pay that much for a wig. That's because of you. You made that conscious decision. You may pay $3,000 for a pair of shoes and somebody else may pay $20 for a pair of shoes. Y'all both going to walk. Yeah, but we both have a wig on. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stop doing it from your pocket. That's for somebody. If that's for you and you want to share, just say #me, coach, because we have to change that mindset. We can't, some people, I remember I used to have a sofa that was $399 and I was like, ooh, that sofa look good. And then I hired a designer and my sofa was a couple of $1,000s. I think like $5,000 because they literally built the sofa to match, make sure Coach Rob is comfortable, certain type of fillers and feathers, the depth and all of this. So it's again, like I said early on in this evolution, like things are always changing. You're changing. I used to buy wigs that were $19.99 with 30% off. Things change. So just because you won't spend a certain amount of money or may not be in a position, it doesn't mean other people. There's a lot of wealthy people. There's a lot of people. Like I said, I listed all those things and I could have continued. So you have to just say, like I pray, one of my prayers to God is to send me the people that are a part of my assignment in anything that I do. Don't send me the people that are not a part of my assignment. Because guess what? They're going to be a headache. They're going to get on my nerves or I'm going to get on their nerves. They're not going to like me. They're going to complain. They're going to do this because it was not ordained for me to provide service to that person or for me to coach that person or for me to work with that facility or for me to whatever it may be. So my prayer is, I don't pray for an abundance. God's going to bless me. God's going to bless you. I pray to send me the people that you want me to work with. Don't send me all these other people. Send me the people that you want me to work with. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not from it's not, that's right, it's not for the faint. No. I'm not closing. Absolutely not. That's right. I already know you're not, Ebony. Absolutely not. None of us. Who is not closing? Hashtag I ain't closing. Hashtag I ain't closing. Hashtag I ain't folding. Come on now. We built for this. Come on now. But what about the reimbursement? I'm in Ohio too, and don't pay more than 18. Currently do not accept passport. Right. So I would say look into passport. I would say look into the other programs they have available. And now you bring up a great point. Who was that in Ohio? Justin. You know what? That's a great point, because listen to this, guys. If you are a Medicaid provider, you're not going to be able to pay those caregivers that's going out to those Medicaid, the clients with Medicaid, because like here in Georgia, I get paid $4.51 per 15 minutes. So I get $18.04 an hour, if because we do it per 15-minute increments, $4.51. So there's no way I can pay a caregiver $15. But guess what? This could be another story. I'm not going to get into detail, but this is great that you brought it up so you guys can think about it. So you're going to have, I'm strongly suggesting you do your own research, your due diligence, check with your labor laws and all this. But what I would suggest is that you have different, maybe job descriptions, maybe even different titles. You know what I'm saying? Maybe different titles, because legally you could get yourself in some trouble if you have two caregivers that sign the same job description doing the same thing, and this caregiver is getting 15 and this caregiver is getting 11, because you're charging the private pay 35, 30, 25, and here you cannot charge a Medicaid client any money because the state is paying you, say for me, $18.04 an hour. So to prevent discrimination, lawsuit, whatever, I strongly recommend, like I said, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm recommending that you do your due diligence, and I'm putting this bug in your ear to listen and hear and figure this thing out. But I would have different job descriptions, different job titles. And this one would say, working with Medicaid client. And this one would say, this would just be your regular one. This one is talking about working with Medicaid clients. And then say if a caregiver is working with a Medicaid client and that job description is called, home health aide, and this one is called CNA, or this one's called personal care aide, this one's whatever titles you want to call it, right? And then based on your state, if you're in a regulated state, follow your rules and regulations, your policies and procedures. Guys, read your policies and procedures, read your policies and procedures, read your policies and procedures. So many of you are not reading your policies and procedures, knowing the rules and regulations, right? So say you have Mary working here as a personal care aide and working with Medicaid clients, or, insurance, if you want to say insurance instead of Medicaid, right? Something to differentiate the two. Job title, but they got to be different, right? So, and then, so she's over here, and you're paying her, say, $10, just round numbers, guys, paying her $10. You can have a special rate for Mary, and when Mary is working over here with this job title, so she would have two job descriptions signed in her folder, then over here, she could get the special rate, because she's, working as a CNA, right? So that's a whole nother training, but just know that you got to, thank you so much for asking that question and bringing that up. But yeah, surviving and thriving by the grace of God. Amen. Yes, Monique. Let's see. Yep. That is right. Yep. Some of us need, yep. Some of us who said that. Yes, that's right, Charlene. Yep. My apologies. I primarily United States. Okay. Let's see. What's up, Nita? Drip. let's see, hire an admin assistant or whomever you need. Yeah, it makes sense to hire guys. Sometimes, I know when I first became an entrepreneur in 2003, I was like, I cannot. If I hire somebody, that's taking away from my money. That's a mindset. So some of y'all need to do a mindset shift, because guess what? When you hire someone to help you administratively, that's freeing you up to be creative and to use your gifts. That's freeing you up to use your gifts. You know what I'm saying? So you're not doing everything and working in the business all the time versus on the business to grow the business. It's a mindset, guys. I promise you with everything in me, every single day I work on my mind. Every single day I'm enhancing my mind. Every single day I'm thinking how I can serve, how I can grow, how I can do something better. Every day in every way I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way I'm getting better and better. That's from some book I read years ago. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, however, except V8. Yep. Quality assurance is key piece of business. Yes, absolutely. You got to have quality assurance anytime, every time. I need to boss up. Well, come on and boss up, Charlene. First thing is to recognize. Let's see. Yep. Let's see. And Lord said I needed to learn how to be fluid and be able to shift. Yep. See, there you go, Anna. Yep. Mine's is the way to. Yep. Yours is that way. Yep. All right. Let's see. Yep. And guys, I'm moving like this so I can see, because I'm in my living room now, because I have so much bling in my house, so many lights and mirrors in my house. There's always a reflection. So that's why I move like this. And y'all know my glasses. And if you don't know, my glasses are bifocals. So can we get, let's see. What did you get, Coach? Caesar salad? Camille, don't play with me. See, that's what happens when your VIPs know you too well. Oh, goodness. Camille, you remember that? Michelle, I'm in need of your help. Okay, Crystal, send me an inbox. Send me a message. Or definitely go to the website, micheleellis.com, and we'll reach out to you. Or you can call my office, 888-462-8885, and someone can help you. Missy says, so true. I know between CNAs, work agencies, and nurses, and they are paying agencies to take care. Yep, that's right. Yep. Happy Sunday, Nancy. Let's see, anything else. When I tried to increase and the client agreed, several weeks later, he started yelling elder abuse. So, Keisha, that's something different, because you mentioned that in our HCP tribe, and I went live. I think I was in Mexico or either Jamaica. Where was I? I don't know. I think I was in Mexico. I'm not sure, but I know it was recently, a week or two ago. And so your situation is totally different, Keisha. And I think that I'm going to go live again in the HCP tribe and talk about it, because your situation is totally different. There's some things that you did that I personally wouldn't want you to do. So again, guys, this is about being a boss and bossing up and knowing our market. And then also, when we're new, or even if we're not new and we're in business for, I'll say established, there's still going to be things that are new for us. So we're constantly growing, remember? So Keisha, I'm going to go live in the HCP tribe maybe this week and talk about that, because I really want to give you my viewpoint on that, and then maybe you'll tweak something or maybe not tweak something. But anything that I do, if there's some adversity attached to it for some reason, before I blame the other person, I always look at myself and say, could there have been something that I did differently? Should I have said something differently? And if I look at myself first and always take ownership, I feel like that makes me a better person and puts me in a better position to resolve the situation. If I evaluate myself and I don't find anything that I did wrong, then I start looking at the situation. I'm looking at me first, then I'm looking at the situation, and then I look at the other person, and then I'm able to come up with a fair resolution and how I'm going to do something going forward. But just off the top of my head, based on my memory, when I try to retrieve the comment, the post you put, I would like to, which is why I went live while I was on vacation, I would like to talk about that a little more so we can talk through that, Keisha. And then I'm pretty sure some of the other members in the ACP tribe may have some feedback as well, but I don't want to go into that on this public setting. I charged $30 and I paid a caregiver $14. That's a big gap also. If you could get away with it, then that's great. That means, you are, working at a great profit. If you can do that. If your guys, remember, it's about what your market can bear. It's about what your market can bear. So I would encourage you guys to find out what is going on in your market. If you're charging more, it's not a bad thing to charge more, but just make sure your company is different. You're doing something different. Like the concierge service. A lot of them will talk about white glove service, and then we have things to differentiate us. So what is your secret sauce? How are you differentiating yourself from others, and why are you charging more? Some people think if they pay more, the service is better. So it's all about people's mindset. You got to know your client. If you're in a affluent area and they may have had, an agency that charged a lot. I'm not gonna say a lot. Their rate, say $30, and then you come in at $22. Guess what? They probably won't hire you. So you got to know your market. You got to know your client, your potential client, your avatar, who you're going after. You got to know all of those things. Let's see. And that's with any business, guys. That's with any business. I have people with coaching. I have people that say that come to me after they used another company and then they came to my company. So then they have to pay twice. And literally they say, oh, I went with that company because it's a larger company, or they say, well, they charge more, so I thought I was going to get more. So you got to really do your research. You got to really do your research, because there are a lot of people out there that think if they pay more, they're going to get more. So you got to make sure you're explaining your services and why you're charging more, or why you set this rate, or why you're charging less, or whatever it may be. The keys to success, one of the major keys to success is communication, and that's in personal and that's in business. Thanks for your consistent inspiration. You're welcome, Wendy. Let's see. Getting clients have been difficult for me. So it just depends, so it's something that you may need to tweak. It's something that you may need to change. Guys, let me tell you, sometimes people say it's difficult for them to get clients. And it could be what you're saying on the phone. It could be how you're saying it on the phone. It could be your policies that you put in place that's turning people off. And I know, Diane, we had a conversation, and I know there was something that you were doing that I recommended that you change. So, guys, you have to look at everything. This home care is not a business where you can lock somebody into a contract. Like, I don't believe in locking people into a contract saying, you have to, be with my agency for, a year or 5 months, or you have to give me a month's notice, or, you don't get your deposit back. Like all kind of stuff that we take from making it up, or we take from somebody else that we may have seen doing something for, you could try stuff, but when you try something and it's not working, guess what? Do we all know the definition of insanity? Let's see. If they signed an agreement that they understand your policy of not stealing your caregivers, wait a minute, let's see. If they understand, okay, you're responding to someone, Renee. If they sign an agreement that they understand your policy and not gonna steal your caregiver, then yes, you can take them to court for a fine. And if your client care, the handbook should be clear. So I can tell you this, Renee, you're right, but I'm not gonna take a home care client, a senior, an elderly person, their family. I'm not gonna take them to court. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. So yes, we have all of that stuff in writing. As far as I don't have anything talking about court in any of my papers. That's just not how I do things. I'm not saying that that's not a good business practice for you. However, I personally don't do that. So I, again, would look at it and say, what did I do wrong? Because the client should know, yes. The caregiver should know, right? So it's also on us to make sure that, I sent out, a message this morning via text, my 8 o'clock message. For those of you that got that message this morning, that was a really good message. So if you haven't looked at it, look at it. That was a good message to tie right into that. But, I just think that if I'm doing the best that I could do and my team is doing the best and I'm treating my caregivers right and treating my clients right and staying in contact with them, then they're not going to try to take the caregiver. And if I'm charging a fair price. So that's how I feel. Because a lot of times what some agency owners, I'm not saying you, I don't know your situation, but what I would say is that what I have found, because I've helped thousands of people internationally, is that people expect people to know things. People expect people to do things. But a lot of time agency owners do not manage their people once they assign them to the client. A lot of times people do not provide customer service to their clients once they have them as a client. So what does that mean, guys? What that means is that now that caregiver and that client is getting like this, super close. And you're not in the picture. You're not in the picture. So they're like, why am I paying the agency? They don't do anything for me. How much do you get paid? And then the caregiver's going to tell them, oh, so I'll just pay you. Or the caregiver, a lot of times agency owners would make a mistake. And when they when they sign on a new client, they leave the client a service agreement, aka contract, right there in the book, in the home, the folder, or right there on the table. And guess who's going to read it? The caregiver. And the caregiver is going to be like, you charge $30 an hour, $35 an hour, and you pay me $15, and I'm the one in here doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. Mr. Jones, I know, that you're paying for this out of pocket, and and I like working for the agency, but I'm just saying you could have more service. I could be here longer with you, and you don't even have to pay me that much. You could literally pay me $20 an hour and save $15. Some caregivers will do that. So we got to make sure that we don't put them in that position. So I don't ever recommend putting your agreement. I'm not saying you, I'm speaking, right? I don't believe in putting agreements in the client's folder. I don't even give them a copy in their hand. I email it to them or to their family. So it's an email. Caregiver ain't got no business up in nobody's email. What about changing client schedules so the caregiver can service more than one client? Justin, so oh no, I said Justine. I'm sorry about that, dear. So it depends, right? So a client hires you based on their need and their hours. Sometimes clients are open to tweaking. So it just depends on how you connect with them and how you articulate that information. So if you go and say, hey, I need to change your hours because I need the caregiver to work with another client, ain't gonna work, ain't gonna happen. If you go and you say, Miss Jones, Tamika is working with you. She really enjoys working with you. I think she's an ideal caregiver for you. Is it possible if we tweak a little because I want her to be able to remain with you? The client is gonna say yes most of the time, unless there's something specific that goes on during that start time or that end time that they can't deviate from. So it's all a matter of semantics. How do you present something and make it a win-win-win, right? Let's see. Let's see. All right, guys. Thank you, Sylvia. Hey, Sylvia. Fax coach. Yep. Those are what the other companies are charging. Wow. But it's what your market could bear, Missy. So that's good. No, as long as you know what the market could bear. All right, guys. So other agencies. Wow. So yeah. So if your area can handle it, absolutely. Thank you, Andrea. Let's see. That's right, Coach. Yep. Okay, let me see. All right, guys. Is networking or service a good way to gain employees? Is networking with workforce? Absolutely. I will network with everybody. If they that's right, Monica. Yep. And yes, I said would network with anyone that can, help you, grow your business, help you get caregivers, help you learn more, connect. Absolutely. Yes, it's real. Yep, one went from 12 hours a week to 24/7. The other one 20 hours a week. Exactly. Absolutely. Yep. What are good hire incentives for new business? So Rhonda, I talked about that on our last VIP call. So make sure you look at that video. I gave out my personal incentives for my agency. All right, guys. So I'm going to end. I'm going to eat my food. Exactly. That's not for us to worry about. Charlene, say it again for the people in the back. They can borrow against their life insurance. That's right. There's a lot of options, guys. That's why I said I could have continued to go on and on and on and on. So true. Well, yep. That's right. Yep. Knowing the value of your service is very important. Amen, Anna. Yep. You got to know, guys, because a lot of you are providing exceptional caregivers, exceptional care. And then somebody else is charging $17. You don't have to charge $17 because somebody else charged $17. Absolutely not. You could charge $20, $22, or whatever your market could bear just because the agency in the same building you're in is charging $17. Guess what? That person ain't making enough money to even market their business. So you just advertise your business. It's simple. Always look at the glass half full. Or matter of fact, look at that bad boy as full and runneth over in Jesus' name. So, let's see. Let's see. Monica, we pay. That's right. Monica said we pay for what we want, period. That's right. It's not for us to shop from from other people's pockets. Ain't closing. Hashtag ain't closing. Not closing. Not closing. Not closing. Not closing. I ain't closing. Nope, not closing. That's right, y'all. Who? Not us. Not us. Nope. Mm-mm. Okay. All right. I think I got all of the questions or comments. Exactly. Yep. You got to. Yep. Mm-hmm. Can't run a business if you ain't making no money, no profit. That's right, no profit. You can be bringing in revenue, but if you're not making a profit, then that can sustain you and accommodate your lifestyle. Then boy, bye, girl, bye. I'm trying to get clients for an agency in Michigan. Having a hard time. Is anyone else? Let's see. Not closing. I know you're not closing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Drop those nuggets, coach. Yep. I'm thankful to drop nuggets. I'm thankful to share. Do you suggest meeting with your caregivers regularly? Yes. I'm not going to say meet with them every 2 weeks, but definitely communicate with them. If you guys are using software, send them messages. Call them. And just say, hi, Renee, this is Michele from, ABC. Or if, if it's somebody calling for you, but if it's you and your caregiver, say, hey, Renee, how are you today? I'm just calling to see how you doing and just say thank you for doing an amazing job with Miss So-and-so. We appreciate you. You're an asset to our team. So just want to reach out and say thank you. I appreciate you. And by the way, we have an employee referral program and blah, blah, blah. I would love more caregivers like you. Do you know of anyone? Absolutely. That was a nugget right there. Let's see. Hey. All right, guys, I think I'm getting to the end. Let's see. All right, guys, so I'm going to end now because there may be some more. Oh, Lord, yes. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, good Lord. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to end there, guys, so I can eat my dinner. Love you guys. I hope this has brought value to you guys and have a wonderful, safe, prosperous week. And I will see you guys on the next live. And for those of you that are VIP newbies, our next call is on the 10th. So take care, y'all. God bless. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate you. Is it Anna or Ann? Let me see that. Yeah, Anna. All right, guys. Y'all take care. God bless and be safe. And just think about, get to your quiet place. Like me, I've shared with you, those of you that know me, know I love classical music. So just go to YouTube. If you like classical music, if you've never listened to classical music, then if you think classical music is for other folk, just go to YouTube and type in classical music for thinking, classical music for studying, classical music for whatever it is. And for me, that's a woosah. I would literally just go to YouTube, turn it on, and get me a piece of paper, a pen, and freestyle and do a brain dump. And I get so much freaking clarity where I feel like I'm Wonder Woman when I walk out of that setting. So it works for me. It may work for you, or whatever it is that you need to do. I just realized, is it dark? Oh my God, I didn't have the light on. So whatever you need to do to get you into that space of relaxation and thinking, creative thoughts, and just clarity, do it. If it's whatever music, if it's just quiet, if it's, whatever it is, you know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, try the classical music. I didn't think I would like classical music. And then I tried it and I love it. So be open. How about we're going to leave this on be open. Be open. Be open for change. Be open for growth. Be open for new things. Be open for what God has in store for you. Be open for growth. Be open for advancement. Be open for an abundant lifestyle. Be open for, amazing caregivers. Be open for all of these things that are available. Just be open and add that as a part of your prayer, just to open your mind and try new things. When we were in Jamaica, I tried so many new meals. I'm such a picky eater. I tried so many things. Hey, honey, come here. Come here. Come say hi to everyone. Just say hi. Y'all know I love my husband. I was just saying bye to everyone.
Okay.
Y'all know I love my baby boy. Yes.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Good.
So look, I just dropped some nuggets. And I was just saying, I was leaving them with just be open to new things. Be open to growth. Be open to enhancing your mindset. Be open to new things. And I was saying how when we were in Jamaica that I tried quite a few new dishes, and I absolutely loved them.
You did.
So can you drop something real quick? I'm gonna put you on the spot. See, that's what you do, guys. I'm gonna put them on the spot real quick. Just drop, cause who want to hear Coach Rob drop a nugget real quick? Give me some hearts if y'all want to hear Coach Rob drop some nuggets real quick. Look at all the hearts.
Got the hearts. Okay.
Look at everybody saying hi to you.
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing?
Hey, so just
business related.
No, it doesn't have to be business related. It could be life. It could be anything. But just about mindset and being open or whatever. If something is on your heart, if not, just say, "Hey, baby girl, you already dropped the mic." And
You already dropped the mic, but I'll pick it up since you want me to pick it up.
Yes. Okay. Sit up. Come over here, honey.
Let's see. I was talking to someone the other day. Young lady called in and I happened to answer the phone, and she signed up for the program, and I was giving her some tips on that. And the few things that I told her is that you need to make sure with your business for all the individuals that's just looking to start their business, and if you're in the beginning phases actually too. Your business is going to be an entity. It's going to be its own person. It's going to have its own characteristics. It's going to have its own personality, and you have to nurture it. You have to guard it, just like a parent. Just like a parent wants their kid to grow up with ethics, you want your business to have ethics. Just like you want your children to grow up and be productive, you want your business to be productive. So make sure when you're starting your business to always nurture your business, and your business is actually something that you have to respect, as well. Me and Coach
That's
speaking
good. You have to respect your business. I've never heard that.
Yeah, you do.
That's like doing so many things. I'm not gonna say anything because then I'll be on here and I need to eat my food.
Yes, you do. But and plus the fight's coming on. But
oh yes,
the prelims. But just make sure you don't, because a lot of people that get in the business and they make the business about them. Mm-hmm. It's not. You need to get to a point where your business has its own systems, so your business can move without you at some point in time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's necessary. And start instilling those things just like you would with your kid. You got to teach them how to tie their shoe, teach them how to potty train them, all that stuff. That's systems. There's always steps that you teach your kids along on the way. How to brush your teeth, how to comb your hair, how to do this, that, third. So when they're older, you don't have to do that, and they're a productive entity in themselves, and they can be productive. With your hands off of it. So just know in the beginning stages to go ahead and start instilling those things
into the business.
Anything you do once is going to come around twice. So make sure you put systems in place to assist that.
So the same way, I like the analogy. Is that an analogy or metaphor?
Analogy.
So because you nurtured the baby, mm-hmm. you set the standards for the baby, you teach the baby, mm-hmm. you put everything into the baby so the baby can become independent. Mm-hmm. You nurture your business, you put everything into the business, you create those systems like mm-hmm. you said, brush your teeth, you put all those systems into the business. Mm-hmm. So then the business could work without you.
It can work without you.
Then you could be on vacation. You could be doing other things, diversifying, bringing in some of that profit and putting it into another business, another stream of income, putting into real estate or whatever the case may be, saving it for your future. So if you need home care services, so you're, because a lot of times I have mentioned something about people constantly working in the business and not on the business. And that's because of what?
That's mainly because they see themselves as the business versus the business as a separate entity.
Did you guys hear that? He said because you see yourself as the business.
And plus, you don't want the business to even pick up your bad habits either. So,
yeah, I talked about them. I talked about thinking that clients can't afford the service because they're thinking they can't afford to pay $20 or $30 for home care services. So they put that on them. In actuality, they're putting it on their business.
They put it on the business. I mean, just like certain parents won't argue, in front of the kids or say things in front of the kids because you don't want to corrupt the kids. It's the same thing about your business. You always got to be a good steward over your business, and you got to be the first best employee of your business and move in that manner. So, yeah. Is that a mic drop?
Yeah, you could drop the mic. Drop. Did he drop the mic? Drop. Look at all the hearts.
That's it.
We need to do a segment together.
We'll do it.
We need to go live together, but we'll do it maybe in some. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Look at all them hearts. Hey. Yes, y'all love Coach Rob. I love Coach Rob. So I'm getting ready to eat. Did you eat?
I ate.
Yes.
So slightly, so I gotta stick me something.
Okay, well I can share mine with you.
Okay,
so
I'm not hungry at all.
Oh, okay. Okay, so love you guys, love you guys, love you guys, love you guys, love you guys. Look at all the hearts. Yes. So y'all take care. God bless, and we'll see them on the next live.
See them on the next one, and we're gonna be doing more lives. We're me and Coach been doing a lot of restructuring.
Yep. So I told y'all, see?
So, it's all hands on deck when it comes to restructuring. It's like a kid has to go to the hospital. All the focus is on that.
Wow.
Get them back running right, get everything where it needs to be, growing pains and this and the third to make sure we're steadily elevating to where we need to be at within our businesses. But that's about done. We're about to implement some things and, take care of that so we'll have more time to do stuff like this.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. That's it?
That's it.
All right. Y'all take care. God bless. Have a great, great week. Do those things that I talked about. Always focus on your mind. And remember, every day, in every way.
Getting better and better.
Getting better and better.
Yep.
Y'all take care. Bye.